Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a themed makeup tutorial, and this is going to be for the Disney Princess Cinderella, and this is for a competition run by a girl called Kaz Love Makeup, 86 I think her username is, so you can always go on and enter if you want to, but she gave you two options of either doing winter makeup look or a Disney Princess one, and I thought, given the fact that by a couple of people I know I'm often called a Disney princess, I would do this as it will cause some great engagement. So the first thing I've done is to put my fringe back, and I've applied a moisturiser. This is a Duo Action moisturiser by Clean and Clear, and it's always best to apply a moisturiser before applying any sort of makeup, as makeup always applies more smoothly on a moisturised base. Well, I'm going to try and get that sort of flawless face that all Disney princesses have. It's going to be quite difficult as I've got very blemish-free skin at the moment, but to try and do this I'm going to be using my Max Factor Facefinity All Day Flawless Foundation, and this just gives really nice coverage and will hopefully help to start any blemishes. So I'm just going to use about this much to start off with and just apply this. A little bit more just to get a little bit more coverage in certain areas, and then I'll apply some concealer. Next I'm going to be using two shades of Collection's Lasting Perfection Concealer. I'm using shade 1 Fair and shade 2 Light, and mixed together these are sort of perfect for my skin tone, but individually one's a bit too light and then the other one's just too dark and looks a little bit orangey if I don't mix them together. So I'm just going to do it like this and then mix the two together like that, and just apply these to blemishes and under my eyes to cancel any darkness that hasn't been concealed, because we really want to get the skin looking as perfect as possible for this look. Now I'm just going to set all of that using my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in the shade 2 Pink Blossom. Just using a big sort of Superdrug fluffy brush. I focus on the centre of the face to keep matte. So those are the areas I get shiny in, but then you want to try and keep the cheeks just with a little bit of a glow to them. And we're going to add some blush and highlight just to really get that sort of glowing look that all the princesses seem to have. I'm going to be using a very light pink blush, and this is my Pink Cloud blush by Natural Collection. And we're going to apply quite a bit of this, as you'll see in the pictures I'm going to put on my blog of the Disney princess I'm focusing on. They have very flush cheeks, and it actually starts sort of to the second half of their face. Just want to really get that flush look, and we'll blend out in a second if it's too much. Now you just get a nice bit of colour, and because this is quite a cheap brush you don't get an awful lot of colour payoff, so you have to add quite a bit. And obviously I wouldn't normally go out with this much blush on, it's just for the look because they just obviously have such flush cheeks, but I'm going to blend that out in just a second. I'm just going to rub this out with my fingers just so you don't have that harsh line. Okay. Now using my finger I'm just going to use from the Undressed palette shade 1 just to give a very light highlight to the top of my cheekbones, as they all have that sort of highlighted, healthy, glowing look. It's just going to help to brighten up the area. I'm going to do it in a sort of V. It's just to give a bit of shine along the top of the blush, like so. Lots of people when they do Cinderella's makeup seem to give her sort of bright blue and sparkly eye makeup, and if you look at the pictures of her, she actually hardly has anything on her eyes at all, eyeshadow wise, so I'm actually going to be keeping it very natural and using this Accentuating Eyes eyeshadow palette from Marks and Spencer's, and just been using this light, slightly lighter than skin tone colour just to smooth over the eye and just cancel out any veins or discoloration across the eyelid. Now I'm going to be using my MUA Undress palette, and I'm going to be taking shade 3, which is equivalent to Naked in the Naked palette, which is just this shade here. I'm just going to be running that through the crease and blending it out to the edge. This just helps to give the eye some shape and isn't really there for sort of any dramatic effect. Now, all Disney princesses seem to have very perfect eyebrows, and I can't exactly recreate that look, but I'm just going to be using the shade 5 here with the Jackal's Slanted Eyeshadow Brush, and just lightly going to fill in my eyebrows, just to try and sort of get rid of any colour that's, and patches that are there. Then to set that, I'm going to be using my clear mascara from Miss Sporty and just running this through the brows. Just going to pull it up and then bring it straight back down. Now I'm going to be using my black eyeliner by Lancome and just taking this across the top of my eyelid. Now it's not sort of flicked out at all, I just want to literally go along the eyelid, but it's got to be reasonably thick as hers was. So that's one eye, and it just helps to sort of give a nice edge to it. Just going to do the other eye. Now just to get these to match a little bit more and to smudge it out a tiny bit, I'm going to go back with my Undress palette and take Creep with my slanted eyeshadow brush. This is just going to really help to get the line more defined. I'm just going to very lightly take this in the inner rim of my eye, just to help define them a bit more. Now I'm going to curl my eyelashes using my number 7 eyelash curlers, so you can try and get these famous sort of Disney eyelashes. You give them a really good curl to try and build them up above the eyeliner. To start off with, I'm going to use my Natural Collection Lash Curl mascara, and then depending on what this looks like, I'll probably go with another one as well. I'm using my Colossal Volume mascara from Maybelline. This will hopefully help us to give the last bit of volume. About the last bit of the mascara, my camera cut out, but I've just gone on to just finish the mascara, and now I'm going to add Virgin again. I'm just going to put this to the top, or shade 1, to the top of my brow bone, just to give a bit of light up there. It really helps to sort of open up the eye and shape the brow a bit more. Now I'm going to do the lips in a couple of stages, and I'm actually going to be using 3 products, and the first one is the Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain in Honey, and this is just going to help to give the lips a bit of moisture and a good starting colour. Now if you wanted to, you could just leave the lips there, but I'm going to go in with a lip liner. This is 25 Melon by number 7, and first of all I'm going to line the lips, and I'm going to go over them with this colour. So as you can see at the bottom of the lips, I've gone over slightly, and to make sure this doesn't look too messy, I'm just going to smudge it out with a lip brush. I'm using the Lancome lip brush. Finally, for the last part, I'm going to be using this Moisture Shine lipstick by Natural Collection and applying this again with the same lip brush. Now finally, taking a clean lip brush, I'm just going to use a tiny bit of concealer and go around the edge of the lips, and this helps to give a sort of perfect princess finish to them and the shape as well. So this is the finished makeup, guys. As you can see, I've sort of got the shape of the lips right now, and it's just sort of helped to highlight them out a bit. Try and get a bit more of a highlight on your cheekbones if you can, and down your nose. I don't like doing that too much because obviously I have quite oily skin and excess shine's normally avoided. But I'm going to put close-up pictures of the makeup on my blog. We're going to grab some bobby pins or curvy grips, whatever you'd like to call them, and just pin those around your hair. Now finally, just to complete the look, we are going to add a ribbon, as in the thing she sort of has an Alice headband thing on, but I've only got a ribbon and I've got mine which is light blue and with stars on it. So you're just going to place this sort of where any roots of your hair show, and then just take it underneath and tie it. Now if you wanted to, you could cut the ends off and secure it with some bobby pins, but you don't want it to look too tight and then to be able to see the pins. So just tie that in, say, a double bow or a knot, and tuck the ends just behind. This is my finished Cinderella hair and makeup. So this is what it will look like from the back. Obviously you're going to have the ribbon there, but you can always cut the ends off of the ribbon if you want to. But I should do some close-up images of these on my blog, so be sure to check that out. And thank you very much for watching. Bye!